Hey, it's Amy. Welcome back to my cave. Please excuse this completely unflattering angle, but this is the most comfortable position that I could be in on the couch while still being able to drink my wine and hold my camera up, like my phone camera, at the same time. So today's video is dedicated to the book buffet ladies, Amrita, Rosie, and Kim. And to provide some context, I was part of a live show about, I think, 2 weeks ago that I realized I forgot to link on this channel, so I'm going to have to talk about it a little bit. But basically, the book buffet ladies, or the feasting females, as we used to be known as, are still known as, I think, we are hosting a readathon starting in August, and it's based around our favorite topic, which is food, like food history, food culture, just food in general, food prep, food and fiction, whatever. And we have a bingo card for it and everything, and I'm going to link to all these things below, including Kim's channel where we hosted our show. It's going to be a lot of fun, but the thing is, like, today's video is going to be part of that. Like, it's a series of videos that we are all like taking turns releasing, or all simultaneously releasing, based around like this topic of our food readathon. The deadline for this is tonight, I believe. Yes, it was tonight, so it's on my calendar and everything. And I told the other ladies, like, I will have it uploaded. So even though I am a procrastinator and this is super last minute, like, I am doing it now, everyone. So yeah, like, I am basically going to be talking about 4 books that I picked out. I don't think any of these 4 books are in the same row on the bingo card because I didn't bother to look before I picked them. Like, you know, I'm a total mood reader. I don't even do TBRs, so like, this is probably not something I'm going to stick to. Like, I'm like, I want to read these 4 books, but don't be surprised if by the end of the month I haven't read any of them, except for the group read, which is going to be Anthony Bourdain's Kitchen Confidential. That's like the group read that we are going to talk about, like, once the month wraps up, and that's the one that we recommend and encourage that you read along with us. I think, you know, we're all fans of Anthony Bourdain. Like, I really love that man. But yeah, so Kitchen Confidential, if you don't know, is just his memoir, like, of his years working in the kitchen. It came out like years and years ago, but apparently it's still very popular. Like, people are still picking it up and reading it, and I have not read it myself. I think all the other 3 ladies of the book buffet have already read it, but I, you know, am late to the party as always, so I have not read it yet, and I am very excited to read it. And that is my first book, not the first book I'm going to read, but the first book that I'm going to talk about today out of the 4 books that I picked out. The second one that I chose it's called Finding My Voice, and it's like the shortest of all the books. I think it's 198 pages, and it's Nadia Hussain's memoir. And if you don't know who Nadia Hussain is, she is I think she's Bangladeshi British, but she was basically on the Great British Baking Show, and I think she was in season 6, and she won. It's like, that's not really a spoiler, because like, you're reading the memoir, you probably already know that. But anyways, she talks about how hard it was for her to like kind of get to where she is now, just because like it wasn't a path that anybody envisioned for her, and like she hadn't seen any famous TV chefs that looked like her. Like, it's already hard enough being a woman in the culinary industry, and being like Bangladeshi on top of that, that's just not like a combination that you typically see in the food industry. So she's like, you know, like a pioneer almost. I think the memoir is supposed to discuss how she persisted and succeeded despite all that. So she just wants to encourage people to not like let other people's perceptions of like their limitations get in the way of what they want to do. And the third book I picked out is called Food at Sea, Shipboard Cuisine from Ancient Times to Modern Times, or something like that. And it's just what the title says it is. It's just about food on board ships for the past however many centuries. If you don't remember, I studied maritime history in college. That was my thing. So I am really interested to know like how people used to store food on ships, and like what they ate, and was it actually good? Like, probably not, because I know nowadays when you're on a cruise ship, you're eating like fine dining every single day, but like back then, like, you're eating like hardtack, and most of the time like there were maggots in it, or it was just like food did not keep very well at sea, and like they were just very limited to what they could eat, which is why everybody had scurvy and people died of like infections and like contamination all the time. But yeah, so that's what that book is presumably about. And the 4th and last book that I picked out, because I don't want to go too crazy, because you know the Olympics are starting tonight. Actually, that's the main thing I'm thinking about right now. Should I get up at 6 a.m. to watch the Olympic opening ceremony live? Or should I be a good, responsible adult and DVR it? I mean, I already have it scheduled, so it's like, might as well just DVR it and then watch it after work. The thing is, like, in my mind, it's already Friday night. I'm like, oh, tomorrow's Saturday. It's not Saturday. I have meetings. But I'm like, man, like, maybe I should just, watch the Olympic opening ceremony and then go, not into work, because I'm not physically going into work, but, like, log on to work and all that. So that's kind of what I'm leaning towards right now, because I am not a responsible, well-functioning adult. Actually, it's like tangent here. Since I haven't been on here in a while, like, I didn't get to tell you guys about my struggle to bring down my cholesterol level. But basically, I went to the doctor and got my labs done, and the doctor told me my cholesterol is a bit high and I should probably think about cutting down carbs and exercising more. And the thing is, like, that kind of like shocked me, and like I was like, oh my god, like I thought I was like healthy, because all my life I've eaten like my terrible bachelor diet, and I drink a decent amount, and I just like, I really like fast food, junk food, all that crap, and I've always been fine. Like, my health has always been perfect. I might have ballooned out several times, but like overall, like, I did pretty well, and I think part of that is owing to the fact that I used to be young and have a faster metabolism. And I thought about it, and I went, man, I used to be way more active when I was young than I am now. On weekdays, I would exercise 1 to 3 hours, not like going to the gym. It was just like, being active, like playing sports and just like walking, doing, like, I moved around a lot. So I was like, okay, well, I got 1 to 3 hours of exercise every weekday, and then on weekends I would exercise 1.5 to 2 hours. So I went to a class, and then I started working like full time and all that stuff, and after grad school, and like I still got to walk to and from the parking lot, and in between buildings and stuff like that. And the bathroom at my office was definitely farther than the bathroom, like, from my desk at home to my room. Yeah, like I guess I barely move now compared to how much I used to move around. And yet I am eating the same amount as I did when I was much younger, so it's not really working out well for me, I suppose. Like, I don't know, like, how does cholesterol work? I guess my arteries are getting clogged up as I speak, but I can't give up the takeout. Like, I was like, I'm not going to eat any takeout for however long. And of course that failed. After like a week, I was like, a week passed, and I was just like, I ordered takeout every day. And now I've decided, I've talked to my therapist, I've talked to like a nutritionist, and we've just decided I am going to go slowly. So every week I'll cut down on 1 day of takeout. So this week I've already hit like 3 days of takeout. So I'm done for the week. And the next week I'm going to try to go down to 2 days of takeout. Just do it slowly, because if I go cold turkey, it's going to fail. Like, and I have no self-control, like no discipline whatsoever. I mean, the most I've been able to do so far is like, okay, the one good thing is that I have gone back to exercising regularly. Before, I'd just be so, sometimes you're just really lazy. I'm like, okay, well, I'm done with work, and I'm hungry, I'm going to eat, I'm just gonna, like right here, this position, the couch, like, I'll have I did work out today already, so this is after working out. But before, like, for about half a year, there were days when I just did not move. Like, I was just like, okay, well, I'm gonna roll from the desk to the shower and out to the kitchen and, and to here. It was just not a good combination, guys. Don't follow my ways. Save yourself before it's too late. But yeah, I've also been trying out portion control, like not really like super restricting myself or anything, but just like when food comes from like most restaurants, it comes in like pretty big containers, and like I have a monstrous appetite. Like I can easily put that away. Like, I'm just like, yum, and I eat the whole thing. And the thing is, like, example, today I got Indian food, and I ate half the container, and it's very creamy and buttery, so I was fine. Like, I'm like, okay, I'm satisfied, but I could have eaten the whole container. It was totally doable. And that was what I would do before that. And for many years of my life, that worked out just fine for me, but now it's not working so well anymore. So I think I need to try to eat normal people portions now, especially since I'm not really a big person. I'm only 5'1", so I should probably be eating closer to what someone my size should be eating to stay healthy, but not too healthy. I don't think I can ever live the healthy lifestyle, just the not so unhealthy lifestyle. That's what I'm aiming for. And oh wait, shit, I was trying to talk about the fourth book that I wanted to talk about. So the fourth book that I picked out is called The Drunken Botanist, and it's about the plants that are used to make alcohol, like all around the world. So it's the longest of the books I picked out. I think it's 500 something pages. It has a very nice cover, but I think I'm gonna get the ebook edition because I've just realized, even though I like having nice print books for the bookshelf and all that crap, like I am just so much better at reading ebooks. I prefer reading ebooks. I like to walk around and read, and it's very hard to walk with a print book, and you need to have proper lighting. And like with an ebook, like I can just turn up the lighting on the screen, I can read in the dark. I like being in the dark, as you know. So anyways, all I know about alcohol and plants is that tequila is made from agave, and some agave, I don't know if it's all agave, but some agave at least is pollinated by bats. And there was this whole effort to save the tequila bats so that we can keep our tequila supply coming. And so that's that's the extent of my knowledge involving plants and alcohol. But this book is filled with all that. So it talks about, sake and like how it came from. Oh my god, is it barley? Is it wheat? It's some kind of grain. Anyways, like I think it's stuff like that, like beer and like what it came from. And it's like, I love to drink, so that is probably going to be a very fun read for me. Anyways, now I have to decide if I want to read a book or read fan fiction, which is another thing I want to do, because I'm like, man, I have all these fan fiction tabs open and they're all long fanfics, and like the thing is, like, the problem is, like, I like to sit down while reading fan fiction, whereas I like to walk while reading, I like to walk around while reading books. So I'm like, I need to train myself so I can read fan fiction and walk the way I would with a normal published book. So because, like, I read so much fan fiction that I can easily get in a shit ton of steps that way. And of course the other option is to finish or attempt to finish Resident Evil Village, which I am addicted to, by the way. But with video games, actually, though, that's a lie. I was gonna say with video games you have to sit in one place, but that's when I played Hades, like when I binged that game like a couple months ago, like I was jumping around in front of the TV while playing. So I was like, you can be active while playing video games, depending on how you do it, I guess. But anyways, I'm going to finish my glass of wine, and then I'm going to decide what I want to do. Or I can just play games while I drink my glass of wine. I don't know, whatever. Like, I think the laundry has to be taken care of first. But I think that's it for my TBR. I don't think I did it. I don't know if I did it right. TBRs are very hard to do. How do you talk about a book when you haven't read the book? But I tried, guys. I tried. And hopefully this will go up by before midnight tonight, so I can meet the deadline. But anyways, good night to you all. I will see you next time. Bye.